Been lovely meeting you.
Oh, yes.
The news, travel and weather, where you are.
With Charlie State and Naga Munchetty.
Our headlines today.
Good morning. It's Friday, the 30th of September. Now, following days of chaos in the financial markets, the Prime Minister and the Chancellor will meet the head of the UK's independent economic forecaster today.
The talks with the Office for Budget Responsibility are being seen as an attempt to build confidence following widespread criticism of last week's mini-budget. Simon Jones has this report.
Of this story on BBC Panorama's Why Kids Miss School, that tonight at 7:30 on BBC One.
Time now to get the news, travel and weather where you are.
Hello, you're watching Breakfast with Charlie State and Naga Munchetty.
Time now is 7:35. So today marks a week since Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng unveiled his so-called mini-budget. You will know in the days since the UK has seen a fall in the value of the pound, chaos in the financial markets and an intervention from the Bank of England.
Now, later today, the Prime Minister and the Chancellor will meet the head of the UK's independent economic forecaster. It's seen as an effort to build confidence in the markets. Let's talk to the Financial Secretary.
Time now is 7:45. Friday morning, Matt's got the weather for it. Oh, it's 7:50. So they're a lifeline for many visually impaired people, but a backlog in the waiting list for new guide dogs means users are now facing a wait of up to 2 years for a new one.
They include BBC News correspondent Sean Dilley, whose guide dog Sammy is going into retirement after 8 years. He's been talking to Gemma O'Reilly about why Sammy is so important to him. Sammy is
also, Sean, just for your information, his nose is increasingly close to my secret biscuit.
Headlines are coming up. Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Charlie State and Naga Munchetty.
Our headlines today. Good morning. It's Friday the 30th of September. Our main story this morning. Following days of chaos in the financial markets, the Prime Minister and the Chancellor will meet the head of the UK's independent economic forecaster today.
Now, the talks with the Office for Budget Responsibility are being seen as an attempt to build confidence following widespread criticism of last week's mini-budget. Simon Jones has more. A 34-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of the murder of Olivia Pratt-Corbell, the 9-year-old girl who was shot dead in her home in Liverpool last month.
Let's go to our reporter.
It's 12 minutes past 8. We've got some news that's just breaking this morning. At least 23 people have been killed, 28 others wounded. There's been a missile strike on a convoy of vehicles near the southern Ukrainian city of Zaporizhia.
Well, this comes as Russia's President Vladimir Putin prepares to hold a ceremony in Moscow today to formally annex 4 parts of Ukraine, a move that has been denounced by the West.
Now, our Russia editor, Steve Rose. The first coins featuring King Charles III have been unveiled by the Royal Mint. It's 8:15. Now, for most children, chickenpox, mild illness, many make a full recovery. That's what is expected. But for some of the most medically vulnerable young people, it can be life-threatening.
There are growing calls for the national rollout of a chickenpox vaccine after rising cases of children with hepatitis. John Maguire has been speaking to one family who've been affected. I'm very pleased to say that Clara